For a physical manifestation of United States policy on China, you can't do much better than the USS George Washington. America's only permanently forward-deployed aircraft carrier, based in Japan. It's at the sharp end of one of Barack Obama's major foreign policy decisions, the so-called pivot to the Asia-Pacific region.
This is going to be a massive growth area in the future. And we believe China can be a partner, but we're also sending a very clear signal that America is a Pacific power, that we are going to have a presence there.
As US military commitments in Iraq and Afghanistan decrease, so they're being increased in a part of the world where a rising China is playing an ever more dominant role. It's a policy that Mitt Romney says he wants to push further.
This carrier is one of the key tools in the Obama administration's pivot to Asia. Washington has said that it's not targeted against China, but the view from Beijing looks a little different.
I think there's no question that the Chinese view the pivot as anti-Chinese, and I think frankly with some justification.
As important as regional security may be to the US-China relationship, it's trade that has dominated references to China during the election. Many US voters feel China uses unfair tactics to keep its products artificially cheap, and they blame that for much of the near $300 million trade deficit between the countries. President Obama says his administration has won legal trade challenges and successfully pressured China to allow its currency to rise in value. His challenger says he would go further.
That's why on day one I will label them a currency manipulator, which allows us to apply tariffs where they're taking jobs. They're stealing our intellectual property, our patents, our designs, our technology, hacking into our computers, counterfeiting our goods.
If that's day one of a Romney presidency, how would China respond on day two?
Either in kind, that could then escalate into a trade war, or in an asymmetrical way in different areas. We are right now here in Northeast Asia, and Northeast Asian security without China cooperating is a no-starter.
Being tough on China has played well for both Barack Obama and Mitt Romney on the campaign trail. But this is a key moment in Chinese politics too, the once-in-a-decade leadership transition almost coinciding with the US election. In 2013, new leaders in Beijing, especially after recent outbursts of Chinese nationalism across the country, will want to show that they can be just as tough on the United States in return. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera.